Okay, so after a long week that felt like an eternity of waiting for this week's episode to come out, we're finally here. At the episode that's all main six focused. Well, if you were to say about 50% of the episode was more focused on Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash, then maybe you got yourselves a main six episode. And that episode is known as Treasure. So, there's this event known as the Rainbow Falls Trader Exchange, which is sort of like either a swap meet or a flea market. I swear I've heard of the sort of the entire premise of this episode somewhere before. It's either in Phineas and Ferb or Ed and Eddie, but probably could be around in parts of it, so it's like it's really hard to tell. So the situation goes like this. Rainbow Dash wants to get basically a signed first edition of one of the Daring Do books, while she has to trade for a two-headed dog, which if I remember right has to go to a lamp, which has to be traded for a a plastic chicken, which has to go for which has to be traded for a crystal glass, what looks like the pony version of the Holy Grail. I recognize that bit from Ed and Eddie when they're trying to get eggs from Rolf. They have to borrow from a lot of things. With that said, there's like Pinky trying to sell off Twilight's books faster than the snap of Q's fingers, or at least in their world discords. But obviously there's like a lot of there's not really much to say. It's like sort of in the show, I believe, except for Twilight, it's sort of like everyone's got the Flea Market Madness. Which, like, it's like Rainbow Dash is trying to get all this stuff, just trying to get the first edition of a book, while Fluttershy is trying to trade her old bear whistle for what is a bird whistle. And the conflict, I just don't know what to say. It's just, wow. I just honestly don't know. Well, that said, of course there's like some like book that she's trying to, there's like Rarity and Applejack that's trying to get like a more of Applejack wants to get like this old rusty tin that cooks a pie 5 seconds faster, and Rarity just wants to get like this little piece of what looks like a piece of jewelry, I don't know. And I just, who even knows where this goes on from here? It's a confusing plot even for me to follow. Even after like a week of taking a break from working on MLP Vlogs, especially on spring break. I had to make it up with doing a Bob's Burger episode. But with that said, in the end, what winds up happening is the Daring Do book trader basically wants to have the dog. That is, if the that is if the if Fluttershy would be able to stay in Manhattan for like who knows how many years. But of course, Twilight basically resolves the issue. Well, actually, it's more Rainbow Dash. And of course, they all go home to what they all want in the first place. With Fluttershy getting her bird whistle, which somewhat looks like a duck. Rarity, Applejack getting her pie tin. Rarity getting what looks like her hair cutie mark clip. I don't even know what that is. And Pink Pie absolutely getting nothing. And Twilight getting basically one of the old versions of the Daring Do books. So, Treja is an odd, confusing episode. I just don't know what to say. Maybe I'll have some. Maybe someone come up with an opinion. Maybe Tommy Oliver, Brony Curious, might come up with something. But overall, Treja is mixed. Sort of best viewable if on a marathon, 6 out of 10. So with that said, I'm done with this. So yeah, we'll see you next week for an all new episode.